What's going on, everybody? It is Armando Rodriguez, otherwise known as the ITP Paladin here. So ignore the mess in the background. That's all from my job and all the work that I haven't been able to actually clean up or anything. So I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's kind of a bit messy ever since we had our daughter. Perfect. Okay. Just want to make sure my mic was working. So I'm going to make this as brief as possible. I don't want to make this like another 10-minute video. So let's just get to it. Essentially, I just uploaded a short a moment ago after recording it. I wanted to make sure it was kind of put out there, so it kind of forces me to take the step because I've been afraid to do this for a bit. But roughly about a week and maybe two, maybe a week or two. Ironic because it's a week or two from now as well. But a week or two ago, I had a conversation with a security guard from another company that we're working alongside over here in Austin. Basically, I was telling him about my content. We shared a bit of a conversation with each other. And essentially, let me bring this closer. Essentially, he shared with me something that kind of encouraged me to, kind of break out of the mentality of like, oh, what if I'm not ready to do such and such? I'm not even talking about details just at the second. But he basically gave me the encouragement and said, bro, you should just do it. Just do it. Like you said to yourself, you're a content creator, you just got to step out and do it. Just do it, you have nothing to lose. And quite frankly, I've been doing this long enough where, I'm confident in my ability to relay and articulate whatever I can through the medium of my video content and my streaming content. And quite frankly, it's just been the main reason why I've been holding it off was because not only did I want to take the time to properly educate myself about the topics that I will be covering for this content that I'm about to announce, but I also wanted to gather some more material so that I wasn't just left like, oh, I'll do a bunch of videos, and then after I hit that end of the list, it's like, oh, well, now I got nothing. So I didn't want to just set myself up for failure. In order to set this up, a little bit of the background is going to change. I'm going to keep that clean. I'm going to remove all my work stuff to one end of the room or another. I'll just be doing what I can to kind of make it neat and clean. But the announcement is this. I am going to do... I don't even think I have an image to show at the minute. I might... dang. I wish I kind of set that up before I made the video, but power through. So... I came up with a ministry called Healed by the Blood. So anybody that knows what my namesake is for, I've explained it many times on my stream. But if you're new, ITP is a blood condition that I've had. Look at me articulating. I'm tired. I've had since I was 14. It's basically similar to that of hemophilia. My body just doesn't heal like normal. Right now, after having an episode literally within the last few months, I'm now in remission. So I'm in a good spot right now where my body is not freaking out, it's not acting out of the ordinary, and God has blessed me abundantly in this regard because honestly, every other episode that I've had it would last months, maybe even up to like years. I've had it, I think the worst I've ever had was like close to about half a year. It could be years, but I've never really had an episode that severe, thankfully. It's all been like within months. But this actually fixed itself within one single month of having a crash, which I kind of already figure how that happened to me. And I was in severe condition where I was literally bleeding. It couldn't stop. It wasn't, my platelet counts weren't going up. So, long story short is that's what's kind of afflicted me, for lack of better terminology. I admit that's a little strong of a word. But that's been the thing that I've had, and that's where I get my namesake. So, I've been wanting to do biblical ministry as well. And I wanted to incorporate it with my own identity, so officially coming from me, it's called Healed by the Blood Ministries. And essentially, again, I wish I could show you the guys the graphic, but essentially it's just going to be me making videos and or streaming discussions, and the literal, and I had this on my previous channel too, when I had two separate channels, one running each one. But essentially I was making it strictly discussionary videos, that it would not be for the purposes of calling anybody out or targeting a specific demographic or anything. It was just majorly made to express the thoughts on my head, to put out a discussionary topic where everybody can comment in the comment section. It would be a nice little place of like, oh, everybody gets to share their perspective, whatever not. But this is also a way to minister Christ in the best way that I know possible as an introvert. Although I don't see it, I'm very comfortable behind a camera now because I've been doing this often. I I worked sales too, so it's kind of funny. So the question I'm going to ask you guys, and I'm sorry that it took 5 minutes to kind of get to it, but the question I'm asking you guys is, what format would you guys want to see my content, strictly talking ministry, in? And obviously the two choices before us is streaming it or making videos. There's pros and cons associated with which, and I'm just going to mention them off the top of my head because I didn't write a formal list. Pros of making videos, let's just talk about making a video. Let's say that we went with that. The pros of that is that they can be short, they can be digestible, you can watch them under your leisure, and you guys wouldn't be able to like miss it at all. You guys could literally pick up my video whenever. If you see my notification, just put it on your watch later, save it to a playlist, doesn't really matter, but it's bite-sized. It's easy to, you know, kind of watch and then get on the go. On the downside, though, is that it kind of takes away from the discussionary portion that I kind of wanted to relay. So, unfortunately, that won't do me too good as far as wanting to actually have discussions. More like it just putting out something out there for you guys to listen to, and hopefully, again, something enjoyable that you guys can look at, and kind of keep it relatable, kind of keep it real, whatever. But again, it takes away from being personable. Then on the other hand, there's the streaming. There's a fly in my room. There's the streaming portion of it where now I do get to actually do this while I'm doing gaming. I get to respond to you guys. I get to interact. I get to actually answer questions actively as they're asked. And hopefully if my internet connection, you know, allows for it, then I can kind of respond back in real time, keep up with everybody's questions, be able to show you guys everything on the screen, because I also have a program for that I'm going to show on my screen. I'm going to use I'm going to look into different Bible apps to have something accessible on my computer, but I could use literally anything, and I have a way of setting it up, so I'm going to do that. But the downside to streaming is that it's not going to be in a digestible format. If you don't show up for the stream, you can obviously still watch it back, but you'll have to sift through like the whatever length of the stream that I've been doing. With my work, my live is going to kind of factor into that. So it may not be any different than what's going on right now with my gaming. And truth be told, I want to give you guys good content. I don't want to just half-ass this, so to speak, and give you guys lazy content. I actually do want to make this work if possible, and ultimately I've come to terms, if it works, it works. If it grows, it grows. But if it does not, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to just put it off and either pick it back up another day, or maybe it just wasn't meant to be in the format that I wanted and it needs to be something different. I don't know what's going to happen right now. I don't know what it's going to be. But just expect this within the next 1 to 2 weeks, and we'll go from there. So with all that being said, I'm going to call it here so that it's not another 10-minute video, but we're nearing 10 minutes, so I kind of failed my mission. But I hope to see you guys next stream. That'll actually be tomorrow evening from the making of this video, so I hope to see you guys by then. God bless, have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time.